Happy Sunday, everybody. It's another gorgeous day. The sky is blue, and we are heading into fall. And today's message, I really just wanted to focus on some of the things that just happen to all of us. It doesn't matter who we are, and it doesn't matter where we are in life. And I'm really focusing on those moments when, we're cruising along, everything's groovy, and life is just easy street, right? And then we have these things that happen out of nowhere. And they just take everything else, and we come to a halt. Everything else just stops. And we're not quite sure how to deal with that because we're still moving. We still have things to do. But then we have this really important thing that we have to take care of, right? And usually, as we all know, it's not usually just one thing that shows up, right? Sometimes it's one thing that gets our attention, and we start paying attention, and we start kind of recognizing what really needs to get done and what really doesn't need to get done. And then guess what happens? Number 2 shows up, right? We have something else that shows up on our plates, and we're like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm still dealing with this first thing. How am I going to deal with 2? We've all been there. We've all had those moments when we're like, you know what? All right, let's go, and we want to cry and we want to go hide and we want to do all those things because now we've got 2 huge things that we have to deal with while we're still trying to move forward, right? And then sometimes a third one happens because we all know things happen in threes. So now we have all of these things that are really bringing our life to a halt. They're really slowing us down, but we still have to move forward. We still have to keep going. We still have things that we have to do, people we need to see. Things don't just stop. How do we deal with some of those things, right? Some people break down in tears. Some people run and hide, and it's their way of dealing with life. It's like, hey, you know what? That's hard and scary, so I'm just going to go ahead and get away from that because that works for me. Other people, like me, kind of throw your hands up, and you're like, of course this is happening right now, right? And you just have to laugh at it. And then what happens usually when we have all these things coming out at us all at one time, right? We've got this stress, and oh, didn't see that one either. Then we have others' judgment. They're judging us for how we're handling life, how we're handling these traumatic and these stressful situations, right? Oh, well, can you imagine what she's doing right now? She's probably doing this. Or, oh my God, did you see what he did or what he said? Oh my God, I would never do that. And that judgment needs to go away, far away, right? Because we don't know how we would handle a situation until we're in that situation. So it is unfair for us to judge others who are in a situation. We may look at a situation and handle it completely different. But those moments when we are like, you know what, I've got to do something. I don't know what it is, but I've got to do something. And no one's here to help me, or I won't let anybody help me. We've all been there too. So what does that mean? How is that impacting your life? You know what? There are going to be those moments when we're like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I've said that before. I'm sure some of you have as well. How are you going to get through this? You've got this, and this. And you feel like you're being pulled just in every direction like Stretch Armstrong. And if you know who Stretch Armstrong is, you know exactly what I mean by that, right? You're just being pulled in different directions and you don't even know which way to go. You're like in this tornado, but you're in the center and you're like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to do first. It's all so overwhelming to me. But I'm going to tell you, you know what? You get through those moments and those days the best that you can. No one has any right to judge you for anything that you're doing or not doing because this is a priority for you. That's all that matters. If somebody else would do it differently, fine, let them do it differently. But let them keep their opinions to themselves. Don't judge other people because they're not doing something the way you would do it. But, accept that you're doing the best that you can. One of the things that I love about life, unfortunately and fortunately, is that we really can't do it wrong. We do it our way. Somebody else is always going to say, oh, you're doing it wrong, or that's not what I would do. Let them. We don't care about their opinions. You figure it out for yourself. You muddle through some days and you're just like, I don't even know how I got myself out of that muck, how I figured out how to get through it all. But then what happens when you move through those days? You take a little look over your shoulder and you say, you know what? I don't know how. I really don't know how, but I made it through. And there are going to be those days, and they're going to happen sometimes when you least expect it. Sometimes they're going to change your day and your life forever. Your life takes on a new road. Be okay with that. But if you're watching somebody else's life kind of fall apart a little bit, don't just observe, and certainly don't throw your opinions at them. Don't judge them. You say, hey, you know what? That person's doing what they have to do for themselves. That person is doing what they need. And even though I don't necessarily agree with it or like it, if I care about that person, my job is to respect their decisions and to honor them. I don't have to like them. Be supportive of one another. There's too much hate out in this world. So if you're going through something tough, it's okay. Figure it out. I'm sure you will. And muddle through the days that you have to muddle through. Crawl if you have to. And when the days that you feel strong enough to walk, you walk. And if you're strong enough to skip, then you skip. And if you feel strong enough to run, then you run. And if you have to slow down again, then you go backwards. But you keep moving forward. And you keep doing what you have to do. That's the message for this week. I really wanted to say that because there are always going to be people that are going through things, different moments in their life, different stressors for me might not be a stress for you, and vice versa. Be positive. No more judgment, okay? We're done with judgment. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your week. Be happy and healthy. And here we come. Fall's here. Have a great one. See you later. Bye-bye.